Saturday. Really, really big. We have got that cup quarter-final, and then we go and jump into the latter stages of the league, and it could get very, very spicy. But first of all, of course, all eyes, cup semi-final, potential to play in the final. It's going to happen parallel to us the other round, I do believe. Yes, it is. Which the other game, which is a bit, weird. East Belfast have been a mad run to get here from the lower leagues. Limavady, of course, the third best league currently, with over one season of the best competitors in our division. Let's see what the preseason prediction was. 7th, so they are outperforming us a little bit. What's the case with Tobermoor? Yeah, they were expected to be down there in 11th with us, finishing there the last 2 seasons. They are also overperformers. So it's not out of the question that we will be able to win that one. So let's see if we can get that done. Interesting it's going to be if the internet connection is going to hold up tonight. Yesterday evening we had a lot of problems, but I think for now we are looking very, very good. Anyone who's back, welcome back. Anyone who's joining for the first time, hello, hello, hello. And yeah, I'd say without any further delay, let's get into this. I think I've already set the players who want to rest up to rest. Yes, perfect. All the other players sat out the last game so that they're ready for this one. And we still managed to win that game as well, which is, of course, great news for us. As I have had a fantastic dinner just now. Obviously, I ordered myself something from Subway during the last stream, as you have remembered. One last remnant here is a cookie. Macadamia chip as well. Excited to have that one later in the stream. And because the heating's not working in my place, I've been drinking tea all day. Now I've decided to switch to punch. Don't worry, it's anti-alcoholic. It's just for the sweet tooth in me. Our assistant manager gave a press conference following that comeback win in the league. That's got a lot of positive feedback on players. He's a good assistant manager. He's got that media handling style of level-headed, so he's not going to say anything controversial. Doesn't have the worst attributes. Also, coaching-wise for this level is not too bad. So I'm very happy we have Terence O'Hara around, to be honest. Hope he's going to stay with us for a while. As the board are delighted that you have achieved one of our objectives laid out in the club's vision, which was become an established Love 41 Premier Intermediate League team, apparently. I didn't know that. Well, it's very nice to see, to be honest. I want us to finish in the table in the following few seasons. And our current league expectations become an established Love 41 PAL team. We passed it and be competitive in the Intermediate Cup. We've definitely surpassed that as well. Sitting in the semi-finals, and they remain in the Love 41 PAL league. From the supporters' expectations, we matched that as well. Neil Stewart comes in with a call asking, having ticked off some of the short-term milestones, must feel rather confident about going on to make good on the club's long-term vision now. In response, we're definitely making good progress, and it's always encouraging to see the team getting closer and closer to those long-term objectives. A few messages in the inbox. Couple more scouting reports. It's the first time we're playing them. As manager of this team, let's see how the team fared up against them. No, it's not the first time we're playing them. Is it? No, it's not. We won against them 3-1. Ah, that good run we had, of course. How could I forget? At home as well. A fast match against them. The team lost 1 in the way. Okay, so we have a decent record against them, I'd argue. On neutral ground as well. Oh, really? Where is it taking place? Where is it? You manage one of the teams. Yeah, of course I can't attend that. But wait, can I not just look at our schedule? It's held at New Grosvenor Stadium, which is in Lisbon. The stadium of Distillery. Where's the other match being held? It's Belfast schedule at Bet McLean Oval, also neutral ground, Stadium of Glentoran. Interesting. Glentoran, of course, of the first division of Northern Irish football. Sorry if you can hear me chew. Maybe I should turn the mic off for that. Probably not very attractive. Very sorry about that. Well, that is very good for us, because I was a bit concerned by us being drawn away from home, so it makes it more tricky. But if that's just like on paper and we're actually on neutral ground, that's good for us. About 300 tickets were expected to be sold, even though we have 7,000 supporters. But that's just what it is. We've been on a slightly better run of form than them, but it is comparable. Let's have a look. Pre-match press conference about to begin. Big match, of course we will attend this one. Neil Stewart starts with a neutral expression, although we are no friends. Having sent 5 teams crashing so far, are you confident of adding a 6th to on an already impressive list? Confident is a big word, but I say I'm confident as long as we stick to our game plan. I say it'll be a tough match. No, I'll show some faith in the boys. Confident as long as we stick to our game plan. Linfield Swifts are the most times winner of this cup with 11 titles. Tovermore are all that stand between you, police service of Northern Ireland side, and a place in the Macomb Coach Travel Intermediate Cup final. God, it's so long. Just how excited are you about the possibility of winning this competition? When you get to this stage in the competition, you can't help but dream about the final and maybe winning it. How excited are the players? Okay, this is going to be quite a long first one. So the players, the possibility of reaching Combs Coach Travel Intermediate Cup final. We're in this game to experience success. I can tell they're all very excited. There's a real sip in training right now, and the players can't wait to get out there. Will you be looking for your more experienced players to help the younger ones through what is sure to be a high pressure time? Definitely, absolutely. This is new territory for a lot of the team, so the more experienced players will have to lead the way. I trust in them. Does the packed fixture list mean you're likely to rotate the squad a little? Yeah, I mean, I'm rotating from the weekend because I rotated then basically. I'll probably have to make a couple of changes as there are some tired players in the squad. The team looks well on course to realize the long-term objectives set out some time ago, so you must surely be confident of seeing it job through. I don't want us to let up now. There's no time to get complacent. Nathan Riddle is the sort of big game player you must be relying on ahead of the Tobermory United clash. Yeah, I'm hoping he makes a difference. We're very lucky as a team to have him, and he's ready to do a job for us here. Andrew Ferguson has the intangible qualities so many players look for in a leader. Listen, he's not that good a leader. You ask me this regularly. He's got 9 leadership. I'd love him to have more to lead that, marshal that defense. And as always, I'd say I don't want to focus on one player. We need to play as a team if we're to win. We didn't have the best vibes here in this press conference. Okay, our relationship didn't deteriorate though, so we're still very close, are we? Yes, Neil and I are still very close. Good. As I am with Jake Moore as well, interestingly. Henrik Happer is still my adversary, and I'm going to struggle seeing a red one here until he retires, to be honest. I want to look at something. Don't remember what it was. Can't have been that important. Let's move on to the game. So I'm sure my coaches will want to know if we want to send players, make players available for the B team match tomorrow. However, I will decide that once we have played tonight's match, because I don't want to cause any injuries or send a player down that we might need because there is an injury in the team. So we'll be patient and we'll set it up once the cup semi-final is done, and we can make hopefully an educated decision on that. As I have just seen, one of our former players, Albin Bitya, has been picked up. Let's see what the shortlist says. Did any of these players move clubs, the one we shortlisted? So Valangashi is still at Vanersburg. His contract is due to run out at the end of November this year. Lucas Molander is also still there, still on a non-contract. Oscar Ed has went back to Trollhättan, where he was on loan from last season. They haven't found a suitable deal for him yet, and Kasper Lars is also still remaining at the club. So maybe we'll be convincing our director of football to make a push for one of these players, although it might be a bit unrealistic to sign someone from Sweden over to Northern Ireland at a semi-professional club which can only offer very little in terms of wages. As we are on to the game, let's save this, Season 1, Stream 12. There's quite a few streams to get through a season here, because we only do like 1.5 to 2 hour streams every time. But I'd say we jump straight into it. So 4-4-2 for them. Very standard setup. We have done well most of the time against that kind of setup. So we'll just trust the system to bring us home the goods. In terms of the squad, it's basically our first choice team as you would expect it. Ben Mitchell back in defense, and Tom Hegan playing in goal for important matches. So even though Jamie Massey is arguably the better goalkeeper at 17 years old, I am scared that he'll crumble under pressure. And Tom Hegan has shown himself to be very reliable. We'll make the change for the next match only though to let him take short kicks, as he's better his feet than his hands. The other way around is for Jamie Massey. And yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into the match. Hopefully we can do well out there. And I'll tell the boys, these fans turn up through thick and thin. Remember that as you go out there today. And I will also tell them all, pointing my finger at them. No, the difference has to get for prayer, because we're showing faith. I have faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. I have faith. And finally, I have faith. Okay, so only Johnny Wilson, Nicholas Turkin, and Bradley Yip and Jake Moore take a positive reaction from that. The other players aren't very religious by the looks of it. Let's see what happens here then. I'm sorry if I skipped the intro there. I don't think there's any like major soundtracks for this competition or anything like that. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, free kick for Fischer. And you know what we didn't check? Ooh, that was a dangerous header, by the way. What we didn't check so far this stream is, does any of the players now like us? Hierarchy? No. Watts still opposes us, everyone else still doesn't have an opinion of us. So we'll have to stay patient there, even though we're doing so well. Like the opening exchanges have favored Tubbermore slightly, but maybe we're just taking a bit of time to grow into the game. As it looks like we're improving on our stats so far, although next time falls with them on the corner again. We've counted sometimes with these, but we've also been prone to concede one or two. Hegan catches it though. We'll see what he does with it. Is he gonna let it drop and take with his feet? No, he goes for a long ball. That's very good vision shown by him there. Turk has space to run into if you can beat his man for pace. Swings it across instead. Jake Moore gets there. Ooh. Good effort by the boys. But it's a fairly routine save from McConnell in the end. Oh, that's a good free opportunity for them. Fischer to take. Just hits it wide. Ferguson already having picked up a yellow card is worrying. He's in possession here. Just 15 minutes in for a centre back, that is not a good sign. As Rory gives away possession pretty unnecessarily there. And they're going to go for the long ball. Ferguson should have got there, didn't. Shot blocked and Hegan collects. He goes again for the long distribution, which is not what we've asked him to do. First one was very good. This one was a bit pointless, a bit hopeful. Rafferty's in though. Hegan with a good save. Can you please put it on the ground now? Okay, we're not going to get to see it. We'll go positive and see if that changes our fortune a little bit. Encourage the team, although it might invite us to more balls over the top. So maybe that's a foolish change for me to make. We'll see, maybe in this highlight already. Then possession down the left. Kearns hits the ball far forward. Rafferty heads it down to Keane. Keane to McHillerton. Is he going to hit it? He is. Shot blocked. That's going to be a corner to them. We've looked under the cushion in this cup tie. Fisher to deliver. Left-footed, in-swinger, dangerous. Hegan's going to collect though, very good. He's going to look for the long ball again. We do not get to see it. The move to positive doesn't seem to have much change, a bit more possession for us. But they have continued to be the dominating team in terms of creating chances. It's been a bit quiet the last 2 minutes now. I will encourage the boys again. We need every little boost we can get in this cup tie. Tamelty seems to be frustrated by the feedback. I hate seeing that one of the more experienced players out there today. I said in the press conference I want them to lead by example. It's not really a good example. It's that Riddle though to deliver a free kick. Backstick. Drops back to Ferguson. He's going to play it back right to Riddle. No, back to Briars. He finds Riddle. Who tried to go for a sliced ball through. And it comes away with Rafferty. He's got a couple of men to beat, but he finds Harkness. He's got space to run into. He's going to shoot. Luckily, he lost his nerve. Oh no, Fisher on a free kick. He's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to shoot. He delivers it instead. Harkness. Wow, that was a quick move and shot. Luckily, it goes over. We have 354 people in attendance today. We've not really entered the contest so far. It's been all them in terms of chance creation. And another highlight for them with them in an advanced position on the throw-in here. Kearns over the top to Fisher. Wilson gets rid of it. Only momentarily. Rory heads sideways. Turkington is heading where he's supposed to stand. I don't know what he was expecting to come from that. McIllerton finds Forrest over the top. So, okay, Yip picks it up. Fisher, and that's a routine save for Hegan in the end. Goes for the long hits again. I don't like what I'm seeing there. Rory gets on the ball though. Maybe it will be a highlight after all. Jakey Moore on it. Wide to Yip. Yip gets that penalty. Yes! Oh, that is a dodgy penalty, but I will take it. Mr. Andrew Ferguson to take. We've seen him slot one into the bottom corner today already on the right-hand side. He's going to do it again. He does! Let's go! We're 1-0 up in the quarterfinal, semi-final, sorry, against the run of play completely, but I don't mind. I will take it. Woo! Look at that, just dispatches it. Goalkeeper gets the right way, but not committed to it properly. And we're going to go in ahead in the break. Fantastic. Can you hear the crowd noise? They're going wild out there. Okay, but we still need to find something to change because this has not gone well. Okay. Tom Hegan's distribution hasn't been too good, but we've seen that in the highlights. I don't know why he's deciding to hit the long distribution so often. Craig Briars. Doing as we'd expect. Same with Ben Mitchell. Ferguson is good in terms of his ball distribution and has dispatched that penalty as well. Nathan Riddler we'd like to see more of. Johnny Wilson, similar things. William Warrior, like what I'm seeing from so far. Brad Leap hasn't really been involved. Tony Tumulty, very good pass completion. Nick Tarkington, not had a good half. Okay, good to know, good information. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another guy to take charge of this match. I could praise them and it would probably work, but I think that would be an unfair assessment of the match so far. What we're going to do is play Wilson as a deep line playmaker and play him on support. So hopefully he drops in for our distribution of the goalkeeper who plays the playmaker. Maybe he'll be more likely to look for him because he didn't seem to want to find Andrew Ferguson. There's a lot of pace down of his distribution as well. Time waste a little bit. And I want to press them a little bit more because they've been able to run through really one or two too many times. And that is how we'll go into the second half, I do believe. As Rafferty gives up possession here stupidly, to be honest. Keane hits it from distance, but that's quite clearly over. Tyler falling quickly. Hegan looks for the long ball again. Wilson gets it in the end, finds Tarkington. Tarkington looking to beat his man of pace. It's exactly the thing he's good at, I guess. Finds Jakey Moore. No, he doesn't, but drops to Wilson. Johnny Wilson. Into Worry. He shoots. Yes! What a hit by Captain Fantastic William Worry. The 36-year-old. I said in the press conference, I want the old guys to lead. I want the experienced players to lead this team. And he is led by example so very well there. Johnny Wilson finds him. He takes one touch, takes it out of his feet, and a beautiful effort into the top corner. Oh, wonderful. 2-0 up early in the second half. We have not deserved it. We got a dodgy penalty. We scored a long shot. But we will take it and we'll do our best to see out this victory. So Riddle goes for a long ball now. Tumulty could have got a knockdown for Jake Moore, but didn't direct it quite well enough. As Warrior wins it back, that's the higher press, working good for us. Riddle out to Turkington. Turkington's cross blocked, and it's gonna be a long ball forward for them, but we win it back. Riddle on it. Oh, he's dribbling now. Finds Tarkington. Wonderful pass. Jakey Moore is clearly offside there. Throwing to them again down the left-hand side. Fisher has been at the heart of much of their good creativity. Harkness crosses in. Hegan is going to get there, but that's exactly the kind of error where I didn't want to play our youngster. So we put in Hegan instead. And he's gone too over-motivated. He hasn't been able to catch it, but he didn't really fist it out properly either. And Whiteside just has to pass it through a defenders into an open net. He does so very well. Still have a bit of work to do, but we should never have let that happen. And Hegan has to look at himself in the mirror there and be very disappointed. Come on, come on. Okay, as per usual, we'll let it drizzle through into the 60th minute, and then we'll look if we want to make some changes. Nothing happened since that goal. Craig Bryars is already on a yellow. I think Tarkington is apparently now doing well. So we'll leave him on out there. We'll put Greg Bryars into fullback on defend. Attempts to take Nathan Riddle off because Mark Whitford tends to be more solid defensively. I might regret that because, like, you know, if the game becomes a contest again, if they equalize, I'd want Nathan Riddle out there to help us get back into it. But I think it's a good option for now. We only have 3 substitutes. We need to remember that. So that will be all we do so far. We'll lower the tempo down slightly just to make sure We'll keep them off the ball as much as we can. Next title falls with us down that right-hand side here. Wilson into Tumulty. Nicely found Whitfield. Whitfield was going to hit one. Hits it over. Connell with the goal kick. Lots of highlights falling here. Now Keane could be in here. Ben Mitchell has fallen asleep there. And oh, what a let-off. What a let-off that he didn't finish that one. Triggers across the line from the post and Andrew Ferguson is able to get rid of it. As they come forward again, Harkness shoots from distance. That was always going wide. Come on, boys, we want that cup final. So close. Let's go for more time wasting. I don't have anyone to bring on for Bradley Yep, do I? Not a single player who could realistically play there. Cochrane has done it once, but he's got the pace as well. I always say the most important thing for a winger is pace. But unless I really need to take him off, I won't for now. He's still the kind of player who can always make a difference. Same thing goes for Jake Moore, who hasn't looked good out there today, but can always make a difference. So I'm guessing we're not making any changes for the moment. Keep pressing them. That's what didn't work out too badly, especially to begin the second half with. Mark Whitfield is struggling to reach the pace of the game, which is always very frustrating to see that, especially because he's one of our better quality players overall. You know, we're going to bring on Mr. Cochrane and we'll play him as a wide midfielder on attack. That is what we'll do. Then we will go down to balanced. We'll wait with the last substitution. Oh, why did I have so much space and no one is there? Okay, luckily Rafferty was offside, but that is not a good sign. I don't like seeing that. Hegan, free kick. Don't try anything audacious. Looks for Jakey Moore. Can't quite get there, and they're going to look to build something. Ball over the top. Hegan gets it under control. Johnny was just going to try to come short here. John Hegan shouldn't look for him. I agree with that he's not been doing that consistently. But like, just look for a simple pass. I tell you to take short kicks. He always goes for the long ones. Rory plays in Turkington. Turkington. Oh, that would have been probably the sealer. Can't quite convert it though. Wilson to deliver this corner. That's just not get counted. Hey, Lil Poik. Welcome back. How's it going? How'd it go in Wales? Did you manage to get the title? Or did you fall short against the New Saints? Cochrane is going to have that under control. We are in that cup semi-final. We're 2-1 up against the run of play overall. But we don't care how it happens, so long as it happens and we go into that final. Tarkington, dribbling it around his man. That's a hopeful cross, and the corner is just going to be able to collect that. Oh, so many highlights falling here. I'm nervous. William Rory on a yellow card. A lot of our central defensive players are on yellow cards now. Cochrane down that right. Johnny Wilson. Tumulty, he's going to shoot. That was like, I think, but not a high one really. 3 games left, 8 points ahead. Oh, surely it can't go wrong from here. She already played the New Saints the second time. And you still have a game to go against them. That's just the only dangerous thing, that you could play them again. And right now, 1-0 to us in the 30th minute to win the title. Wow. So it's a risk that you play them and they kind of ruin your morale by battering you. Tumulty hits it over. And he looks, as we've looked threatening throughout those last few minutes. And kept them pretty quiet. Let's hope I didn't jinx it by saying that. Warriors found centrally. He's got like 3 men closely bunched together in front of him. Don't know how that happened. Cochrane down that right-hand side. Wilson is not going to take it on. Lets it out for corner instead. Let's not get countered here, boys, please. Got 4 men back against their 3. Could be dangerous. Plate them and draw them. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just keep that distance. Ferguson is under it. Can't quite get there. Barfoot takes it forward, but Cochrane wins it back. Good work. Good hustle. Okay, we'll make one more substitution to kill the clock. We will hold our shape now. Not going to give them any opportunity to counter or anything like that. Final substitution will be Chris Watts, I guess. Chris Watts, yeah, sure. Jakey Moore into Tumulty. It's up to Cochrane. He's going to deliver on. Crosses blocked by Kearns. Kind of want to cancel that change in case we can see, so that I have two substitutes for the extra period. Higgins going to collect that ball forward. We have 20 seconds to go. Then we're in the cup final. Come on, Higgin. Long punt. Ferguson, away with it. 3 more seconds. Blow the whistle, ref. Briars, just hit it long. Hit it long. What's under it? Can't win it. Doesn't really challenge for it. Disappointed by that. Briars picks it up again. Same thing as before. No, not like that. Higgin, get it. 20 seconds over. Blow the whistle, ref. Please. Worry into Wilson. Yes, just hold it. Just hold it. Wait for them to press you. If they don't press you, then they're just idiots. Tarkington. Very good. Just keep possession. Keep possession. That's all you need to do. Yes, let's go. Let's go. We're in the cup final. Woo! Oh, we've beat Queen's United at University. We've beaten Tobermoor to get there. Very strong opposition from our league. We've absolutely deserved to be in the cup final. I know the stats look like they favour us in this game. We did get that penalty very fortunately though, so I would argue they were just slightly the better team. However, we won it, and that's all that matters in the end. In the second half, it was level pegging. Zilpoik says he's got conceded the equaliser in the 55th minute, and there's a man down his game, which could have secured him the title if he wins it. Looks like it's going to be a draw. Congrats on reaching the final. Thank you very much, my friends. But even if you draw or lose that game, you've got enough opportunities to secure that title. As Limavady stopped the insane run of East Belfast and will meet a team from our division in the final. And East Belfast look for a late comeback here. After 3-0 down, they got a 1-3. After 4-1 down, they still got to 2-4, but were unable to fight back. All 3 goals in our game came within 7 minutes, and then it was absolutely quiet. But we've done it! Come on! Woo! It's going to be at the very end of the season, the cup final, so I doubt we'll get there today, but it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. So, in response to that game, we'll criticize Bradley, yep. Yeah, I guess we will. Criticize his lack of creating chances. We want to see more from him. We need to see more from him. Full-time 1-1, so that's easier now, being, 6 points ahead with 2 games to go. I'm presuming the new Saints will have won. So you can only lose it on goal difference at this stage, from what I understand. Mr. Jake Moore will criticize again. He just goes missing, doesn't he? Police Service of Northern Ireland win the Intermediate Cup semi-final. Fantastic. So we're gonna face Limavady, who won the cup a couple of years ago, 2020, 2021. It was just never finished. 6 points ahead, but we have 33 more in goal difference, so it should be done. So New Saints is not doing that. As how do you have 33 more in goal difference? You must have had a mad season. I thought you kind of got fortunate with the New Saints dropping off, but you're killing it, man. Congratulations on the title, then. I'm gonna be so premature as to say, look, we'll send the assistant to the post-match press conference. Who really cares? We're winners. Rory inspires P.S.N.I win. Captain's contribution. Perfect. You were superb in front of goal last time out. Let's go. Campbell spotted at the new Grosvenor Stadium. He's said to be interested in Mr. Craig Briers. We're hoping that he's going to keep his hands off. As Andrew Ferguson, okay, will be banned for the league next match. That's okay. Same thing for William Worry. It's not good, obviously, because they are two of our best players. But it's better than them being suspended for the cup final, which I was feared they would be. And that is something we should note, that in the last game of the season we should not get any suspensions, as that would mean these players miss out for the cup final. As we bring in back Jamie Massey, and then we'll have to set the team up for the weekend's fixture. We've got another midweek fixture next week as well, against Tubermore once again. Now we're away against second. Obviously, we would still like to make a push for that promotion spot, the promotion playoff spot. However, since there's no guarantees that even that will lead to us getting promoted, we're not going to get hung up about it too much. Yeah, I don't really know how, but nearly every time we win, we score like 3+ goals. That's madness. Just absolutely tearing the league apart. So, Mr. Craig Bright, is there like any game coming up where we could feasibly rest some players? Like, probably the smartest thing is to play our first team here, play the backups midweek, and then get like solidly back into fixtures like weekly first team fixtures. Okay, so we'll try to play as close to a first team as possible on the weekend. We'll bring Jack Graham in, play the boys around like that. We'll bring Mark Whitford in. Aaron Cochrane can play in DM. So we're going to start Ben Mitchell. And then we can take Ben Mitchell out and play Jack Graham again, I guess. We want to start play the starters, right? That's what I said. Yeah. Whew, I'm confused. Okay. So when do we train? We train on Thursday. So everyone who's a bit tired who has to play is gonna get a day's rest. Training rest. 1 day. And I'm tempted to bring Watts back into the fold. He got the assist last game out against Distillery. And Jake Moore has just really dropped off in the last 2 matches. So we'll give Watts a run out. And now basically we'll just have to decide what players we'll make available for the B team match. Matty Hanna can go there. Or McLaughlin can, Laporca, all these boys basically. Actually, let's advance through until tomorrow when we know what the fitness level is going to be. So yeah, again, we're shown to be the away team, but obviously it's played on neutral ground, isn't it? At the Seaview Stadium, which is the stadium of Crusaders, of the top tier of Irish football. Not that high capacity, 3,200. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So Limavady sit in third, so Buffers in the table right now. We're predicted to finish 7th, whereas we were predicted to finish 9th. So both overperforming, so quite interesting that we've also both made it into the cup final. And it could be quite a close game. Ah, so he's got the 150 minutes, so mathematical security looks like it's going to be in the bag within a couple of minutes. That is very good to hear. So, players to be made available for the B team. Let's just shoot through this real quick. Everyone should be fine to play. Squad available for reserves. Next match, 90 minutes. Available first team players for reserves match. Let's try and get through this quickly. McGill in here. Matty Hanna comes in here. Jordan Divan in that right back slot. Let me. Okay. No striker around. Good. McLaughlin plays down the wing. Attacking midfield will be done by Jackie Owens. Blackstock can play down the left. Taylor Walker playing centre back. Louis Wilson left centre back. Kobe Hunter there. Ben Gordon and Daniel Courtney can either of them play in DM. Obviously Courtney. Gordon can slightly play in DM, so we will play him there. Perfect. 2-0, 60 minutes, 2-1 full time. The mighty Swans have done it. Woo! The double in the club's first ever season in the first division. First major trophy one as well, isn't it? Congratulations, Lil Poik. What a run that has been. So my man Lil Poik has just won a double in Wales with Swansea, what is it? Swansea United or whatever, like the Swansea team which still played in Wales. First ever season. Like he got him promoted in the first season, which was the first ever season in the top flight of Welsh football for them. And he's managed to win a cup and the league ahead of the New Saints, which is quite incredible. Swansea University, that's the one. Thank you very much. And yeah, now next season, you know, it's still up to you, but maybe going for that Champions League qualifying, how fun would it be to get it to a group stage with that team? Did you get any news about maybe turning professional by the club, or do you not think that's going to happen? I mean, with you in European competition, they might consider it. Like semi-professional initially. Obviously, if you get to a group stage, they might consider making you fully professional. Although that would be quite the jump. As P.S.N.I Olympic, our B team, win against the Queen's second team, which ensures that they sit bottom of the table. Our massive rivals, Queens, who we've gotten a couple of already this season, both in the cup and in the league. And now the B team wins their second match since we're in charge against them as well, against their B team. Also, our first game against them in the first match of the season was a win as well. So they must hate us right now and be desperate for some revenge on the 22nd of April. But we've got a ways to go until we're there. Still amateur club, can't even ask for it. Well, you can't even ask for it to be moved up to be a semi-professional club. That's strange. I think it's time to leave Wales for the next season. I mean, that's fair enough. What's your reputation like now? Okay, so first league match back is going to be against Dollingston. away against second. If we win this one, it will be huge. But it's a lot to ask, but the team will be tired. Coming off the back of that match. We will send the assistant to the press conferences for now, unless, you know, it comes down to something at like the final day. We're not going to be too fast with press conference. As you can see, the two players with the highest average performance ratings, two of our most experienced players, Andrew Ferguson, and our best players, and William Warrior, 34 and 36 years old, going to miss out for this match. So that is not insignificant, I would say. Let's see. Happiness. No. Hierarchy. Come on. Surely someone supports me now. Damn it! What do I need to do? Don't know if it has with it being a school, maybe. If it has to do with it being a school, you mean that they can't turn semi-professional? That might be, actually. So you're still at 25%, still 25% reputation, 1.5 star. Don't think I can get any higher with this club. Probably not. No, in terms of reputation, unless you do mad things, which is going to take you quite a few years in Europe, probably. Probably not going to be able to move up. And if you can't move to be a semi-professional cup, then obviously all the time in the world will probably not give you many opportunities to get much better than that. But hey, like, fantastic achievement. Did you make it to the club icons? Surely you did, right? So let's see if you want to rest someone another day. Fitness. Yeah, let's rest all the players who are on heavy match load for one more day. I don't know. I think that doesn't change their match load, obviously, but it shows that they just earned the rest. And probably can't do it as an amateur club. Making waves in Europe? No, you probably can't. But hey, like, huge credit. You can hardly ever in Football Manager say that you finished something, but you've basically finished Wales. Like, unless you go to the New Saints and move on, like, try to move them on in Europe. Going with another team, an amateur team, to win the title in that time frame as well. There's not really more you can achieve. So you can proudly say you finished Wales. I haven't yet actually, but I think it would change after the season. To come into the club icons, I mean, I hope so. I think that would be a bit insane. Wonderful training performances. Let's continue on to Dollingston. So still no one supports me. That hurts. It really does. Social group C still be within the others. And Johnny Wilson and Matteo Lavoca doing their own thing. Because they have a similar flag, the Irish one and the Italian one. If it doesn't change to you being a club icon, you'll leave directly. You should. These lot should build you a statue. You know, like Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you remember that beautiful statue? They built him in Lisbon. Okay, Johnny Wilson is fit enough to play, which was kind of clear. We're almost in agreement in managerial support. I'm still flabbergasted that we're not yet. You know, I understand that we have a quite low reputation in relation to my players, but I would expect it to move that little bit quicker. By the way, what's our reputation saying? Still down at 5%. We're known for being a strict disciplinarian. Interesting. Managing finances, 54%. Other than that, everything here is still down to 50. The media handling has gone down because we haven't been attending our press conferences, and these attributes have remained largely the same. Okay, Dollingston then. 43-1. First time we're playing them since we're in charge of the team. Can it be? No, we've drawn against them. Oh yeah, that was when we drew against the second place in the league twice in a row. We've drawn against them at home. Now we face them away from home. Very, very tricky tie. That was of course ill-considered. That has got quite a few players available now due to them having or like not fit to play. Yeah, Jack Owens can come in here and switch these two around. Okay, let's see what we can do. As you can see, the tactical familiarity is massive now. Do we need to change anything tactically? Yes, we want to stop preventing short goalkeeper distribution because we've got a couple of small lads in defense and also not the aerial presence in front of them in the defensive midfield spots. Yeah, wonderful, a real work of art. Yeah, that's the kind of statue they should build for you, the one they built for Cristiano. We end the season with a 3-1 win and with 12 points to the new Saints. That is an insane achievement. Pressure is all on them, so what do we have to do is go out there and cause an upset. We'll do that with our fists pumped. Yeah! Okay. So we'll be kind of trying to jump through the rest of the season a bit quicker again. Should it look like we're still within the running towards the end of it, we will obviously have a closer eye on it. But overall, we'll not take it too closely because it's very, very unlikely anything's going to happen. Mr. McConnell to swing one in. Mitchell with a nice scissor kick volley to clear that one away for us. Another corner to them. Ferris on it. Oh, that was close. Luckily, it just goes wide. Actually, we can turn this up as well. Let's see what happens if we go to cautious, because they have been the better of the two teams. And normally that, you know, that kind of the game preset suggests if you go balanced, it's kind of to test out the early stages of the game. And then if you're doing better than the other team, you can go positive. If you're doing worse, you should go cautious. But I never like going cautious, so I never do that. Let's see how it works if we do. Keeping a lot more of the possession. Chance creation has kind of stopped on both ends with that change. It's not been bad, it's just been more conservative, I guess. How the fuck have we lost followers on social media? Do you know, it's just a typical sign of like success when you're not like the hip thing to follow anymore. When it's like, yeah, everyone likes you now. People just stop following, obviously. And they're like, also, this is done now. We've done everything we can achieve. Like you, I'm going to leave them behind us. We're behind ourselves. Wow. Mark Whitford has been terrible. And he's captain. No, he's not captaining the team today. It's Ben Mitchell captaining the team. That's odd. I thought it would go to Mark Whitford. His experience. But Ben Mitchell, I guess, is a better leader. How old is he? 23. Don't really know what to do with that information. To the dressing room. You're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. Let us just go positive. That'd be the only change we make. We'll see what changes by doing that. What a shit club, and I'm not even an icon. No way. No way they didn't make a club icon. Now, I don't care if you've been there like 2 months or 2 years or 20 years. If you bring that club into the first division for the first time and then win it, They have to build a statue. That's why he's not saying fuck this club. As looked like it was all them to start the second half off with, but the first highlight is going to fall with us down the left hand side. What's this found? I don't know what he's doing so far back. Yip, can he shoot? Oh, off the post! Ooh, I would have loved to go ahead here against run of play. So yeah, the switch to positive doesn't overall seem to have helped us. So we'll drop it down to balanced. We'll throw some encouragement the boys' ways, because they look like they need a pick-me-up. As Jack Graham, for some reason, is showing signs of complacency. And I won't stand for that. Not for a second. Ben Gordon might be the much worse player than him, but complacency at a 0-0 draw away against second in the league. I won't stand for that for 1 second. Chris Watts is uninterested after the feedback, so we'll bring on Jakey Moore. Bradley Yip is doing poorly. So you know what? Let's try it. We'll play Wilson in central midfield on attack, and we'll bring on McLaughlin as the advanced playmaker on support. And if we're making that many changes anyway, we might as well bring on Nathan Riddle to get some more creativity down that left-hand side. And yeah, that's all the changes that we'll make. Well, it's already been a lot, I'd say. And see if anything changes with that. Corner kick to them once again. McConnell holds both his hands up. I don't know what that means. Ah, short Thomas, French, gets them the go-ahead goal. 1-0 to them, and it's not looked like we've had any answers to find solutions in this game. So that could be the neck breaker for us. Jamie Massey in goal, to be honest, just falls over. The next highlight for him just a couple of minutes later. And key highlights. This could be a key one. The goalkeeper in possession. Buchanan takes his time as he should, goes for the long ball, very long ball. Massey picks it up. Oh, I forgot the distribution. It's set to play it to Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell is not a good option to pass it to. Turkington finds Riddle to McLaughlin in the advanced playmaker roll down the right. Finds Bryars. Johnny Wilson. Good ball to Tumulty, but he's not really interested in running for it. He gets that though. Shaky Moore. He scores those in his sleep. What happened? There's a little boy in the chat is complaining one of his players went to legend status from favorite personnel, and he's just stuck in favorite personnel. That's unfortunate. Ah, what happened there? He has to score that. Fresh on off the bench. And he can't convert it. Well, we'll bring on Jack Owens for Johnny Wilson, and we'll drop Tony Tumulty to be the central midfield on attack. And I guess we'll just go positive. I will change the distribution. I don't know to what though. Just roll it out. Where to, we'll leave that up to you. What could possibly go wrong? I back TNS fire the manager so I can take over. What, just to destroy Swansea? Don't worry, they'll destroy themselves before long. And also think about it, now you don't even have that possibility to go through Champions League qualifying next season because you took it away from yourself if you go to TNS. Buchanan dribbles forward. Moore gets there. Okay, surely he gets this one in. Yes! Jakey Moore! Let's go! Woo! A total lapse of concentration by their goalkeeper just gifts Jakey Moore the ball, and he's still a bit of work to do there. Stay composed, get away from his man and finish it. But he does so super calmly. Not a shadow of a doubt that he would score that. Throw some more encouragement the boys' way to hopefully If we can finish the turnaround, we'll stay positive because why not? Massey hits it long. You know, if you don't risk, you won't receive, or however that saying goes. Gordon over the top to Jakey Moore. He could have taken that one down. He had the time. I don't know where he headed it on. Will we win that one back? Yes, we will indeed. But it's going to go back and forth. McLaughlin on it. Cochrane. More over the top. Please! Oh, that was a difficult one to finish. He did well to control it the way he did. But you're actually just wide. I'm actually considering just releasing everyone and then leave. Yeah, but you'd like to see how they like get on without you, wouldn't you? But you just want to see them suffer. That's Mitchell. Get rid of that one. Luckily, we were in a bit of trouble there. Briars is terrible out there today. He's going to be suspended for the next game as well, because he was one yellow card away from picking up a suspension, and he did get that yellow card. As it looks like we might just finish with a draw here, which is very fortunate from our side, has to be said. You know, we've created good opportunities towards the end, but overall it was definitely their game. And Jakey Moore on off the bench saves the day once more. Let's go. 1-1. Look at the number of shots. We should have won that. No, we shouldn't. That's a very satisfying result. Always gave us a chance. Oh, little Poik is so bitter right now. Sorry, I don't want to revel in your pain, of course. So that keeps us within 3 points of them. Now, with the fixture congestion we've had with the cup, and it being an away tie, I'm really not disappointed getting a draw here, just staying in contention. Honestly, a win would have been ideal. It would have seen us leap into second or third. We would have gone on to 37 points. I'm not sure if Limavady more goals scored than we do or not. But as it is, that's still fine. As the relegation fight seems to be between Banbridge and Distillery, it's been quite a long time since our team has been considered to be threatened by that situation. As Mr. Chris Watts once more is gonna get some heavy criticism from me. Just one player, poor performance. Played badly in that match, and will also criticize his recent form. It's just not been good enough. You have to start playing a higher standard if you want to be in the fast team. Okay, that kind of improved it, and maybe he will stop disliking or like not supporting me now, as Bradley Yip has dropped off quite significantly recently. We'll criticize his last game, but I don't think we should do it anymore after this because we've been doing it a lot. Jake Moore off the bench to score. Mark Whitford disappoints. Craig Briars. Very, very disappointed by him. Also criticizes passing, as he's only just about been able to get half of his passes off to a man. And I think we can move on. Post-match press conference, that's fine. We're not gonna have to go there. 17 euros in prize money. As Amar win 3-0 against Badamakash. And yeah, it's very, very tight around here. Second place until 6th is within 5 points. Within the next 4 games, that could all turn on its head. However, Bangor is now 9 points ahead with 4 games to go, so they should secure that promotion fairly easily. So what will we do? We'll set up our team for the next match just to make sure with all the players kind of fit and raring to go. Let's see, do we want to criticize some form? Because it's not been going that well. Jamie Massey can stay around against Cobbermore. Mr. Jordan Dye will come in for Craig Briars. Jack Graham will be coming off. Because we bring back in Alex Ferguson. Andrew Ferguson, sorry. Or will we get Matteo Lavorca ran out? No, we'll put back Alex Ferguson. We should. But Lavorca can still get a run out, actually, thinking about it. Graham will get some criticism though. Because that's recent form. Don't think you've been playing as well as you can in recent matches. But you know what? Andrew Ferguson considered another one, actually. No, he can't. He can't. Jack Graham will have to be ready again for that match, though. Yeah, and then we'll play Lavorca and Mitchell on the weekend. Nathan Riddle to come back in. William Worry to come back in. Johnny Wilson to get a rest. Tarkington, our friend, can't get a rest. Pommelty's been playing well, so he's not going to get a rest. And Jake Moore, of course, to come back in. I love how committed you were, by the way. How much that frustrates you. I respect that highly. It's such BS, but it's still fun and a shit show that they just thrown their manager under the bus and just like, yeah, we like him, and so the striker I brought in and have been there for has been there for not a year. Fucking legend has. Like, yeah, we like this manager who took us from nothing to the best team in Wales in 2 years, but yeah, he's not a legend. Just did a nice job. I fully understand what you mean. That is just a huge error within the game. That should never happen. I love your commitment to it. So this will be our team. I just always set this up so I know which players I need to like give a rest to in training. Yep. We'll get one day. Okay, let's move on to Tobermoor. Once again, second time of the stream after we beat them out of the cup. There's good influence on Jake Moore's Morales at the press conferences by O'Hara. Craig Bryers suspended, as we knew already. What was that? Vinicius Junior snubs Man City to stay at Real Madrid. Good man. Just staying in Real Madrid, earning tens of millions instead of hundreds of millions a year by going to Manchester City. As luckily the stream quality has been fantastic. I like to see that, considering what happened yesterday where we had to kind of cancel the stream because we haven't been able to get a good connection up. So away against Tobermoor, they do look right now like the worst team in this championship group, but that does not mean that they are an easy proposition whatsoever. I kind of come back out in their 4-4-2. And again, also in the cup tie, they looked like the little bit better team out of the two of us. We're playing them away from home. They would have had the same fixture congestion as we did. It's going to be a question of who deals better with that. But I think it's time to move on. Huh? Yeah, I think so too. I think you're ready for a new challenge. I think you need to turn your back on them now. Yeah, they've lost their last 2 matches in the league and against us in the cup. Staff meeting, player trades. No, we'll not do that yet. We'll do that at the latest, at the beginning of next season. Kobe Hunter's impressed in training lately. Don't really care. He's leaving us at the end of the season anyways. And that was it already. Let's see. Happiness. I don't want happiness. Hierarchy. Please love me. Ah, Chris Watts still opposes me. Oh, come on. We've got such a good chat. Johnny Wilson still thinks we're missing depth at attacking midfield. Now we are grooming Mr. Owens, Jack Owens, is that his name? Yes, Jack Owens to play there. However, it's taking him quite a long time to get used to that. It's another press conference for the league fixtures. We are gonna skip them. Our talks up Whiteside. Okay, from them. Very good. He likes O'Hara now, our assistant manager, player from the opposition. Interesting dynamic, but I don't mind it. We're just going to go over all the 10 suggestions here and we'll look them, set them up in more detail after the match today. Oh, so apparently skipped one there, but that's fine. We're not going to do the final setup after this match. For the reserves team squad. Okay, match against Tupperware is on the offing now. Something to that, we've got Queens facing Bangor. It's going to be a tricky tie for them. And the other team, Limawari, are playing Dollingston. So the two teams above us are facing each other. So actually, we cannot go second this match day because one of them is going to be above 38 points, which is the maximum we can achieve at the very least after this match day. Tackling on Yip, obviously on heavy match loads. Everyone else seems to be fit and ready for this match. So without any further ado, as they will be looking to shoot through the rest of the season a little bit, we're just going to get into it. As we have set the team up initially, let's see if it's fine in terms of bench options as well. I think we're looking pretty good. I'll bring on Cochrane instead of Wilson. And then we're ready to jump in. Submit team. As well as that McLaughlin. Does he start? No, okay, it's just about the team's general tactics, I guess. A win here could move us into playoff contention. Good luck, lads. Yeah, good luck. Playoff contention. We couldn't jump in the playoff spot. But yeah, after this, it's just 3 games to go. It's going to an end quite quickly this season. I want to have a look at the league table there. Fisher, early corner. It begins similar to how the cup match started. Hopefully it'll end similar as well. Riddle wins the ball back here. Difficult spot to get out of. He does. He finds Jakey Moore. Heads it back to Tumulty. Can maybe slide him back in. Is he onside? Jake Moore shoots. Scores! Yes! We're in the lead 4 minutes in. And we are very good at keeping a hold of leads. I think. Arguably. Tumulty slides in Jake Moore. And he slots it home fast time on his weaker left foot. And looks like he's back on form, our striker, after having a couple of games where he really massively dropped off. And we love to see it. Let's go! I wanted to bring up the league table. As Limavady go ahead against Donington. That's not the worst result first. That leaves us within 2 points of that second spot. What a season it would be if we were able to finish in second, get the relegation playoff, and win the cup. Oh my god. Ferguson on it, plays out wide to Mr. Nathan Riddle. Riddle dribbles forward. Players stay off him. Plays back to Ferguson. That's an interesting option. Hannah on it, our playmaker here today. Wide to Riddle. Finds Turkington over the top. Forrest heads it back, so there's going to be an opportunity coming from here in some capacity. McConnell on it. Long hit forward. That was very good take by Divan. Then he's good up. Oh, take him all! Can you still hear me? Hello? Wait, let me check that. We still have the right setting on the microphone. Yeah, we do. I didn't have a sound there for a second. I don't know what happened, but I think you could still hear me. That would be unreal. Yip is in on the right-hand side. Ooh, just drags it wide. I don't know if that was a shot or a delivery, but that's what you get with the kind of play that Yip is. He doesn't have anything except for pace and dribbling. And he's very much shown it off there. And we are so dominant right now. Go for positive to hopefully make the dominance count for a bit more. One thing that this result would mean is it stays incredibly tight in the league. And also Tabamo would be stuck behind a little bit, 5 points behind the rest of the chasing pack, which would see a very disappointing end to their season. We're in a very similar situation to us just a couple of days ago. However, let's not get carried away. The game is still far from over in the 33rd minute here, 1-0 up. Fischer has a cross goal. Keane gets there, and I kind of jinxed that. Yes, they do get the equaliser in there. Just resigned from Swansea Uni, by the way. Good luck with your job hunt. Finding a new job, and yes, we hear you. Thank you very much for the feedback on that as well. Keane does well to win the header duel against Graham. Just slots it into the bottom corner. Maybe they switch to positive calls that, but the boy's saying anxious. Why are we anxious? We have the control here. So encourage them. Yeah, that lifts their spirits. I fully let them back in there after being in such a controlling position. I'd be really disappointed if we go into halftime level, to be honest. There's another highlight voting here. We might still go into halftime a goal down. Ferguson looks up, and Turkington could get there if he continues his run. He didn't. Harkness, cross goal to Multi. Yes! How he's reacted there? Did you see that? Little Fox just got a question. You haven't been quite a fan favourite out there. Swansea, what are your comments to the fans? Madness. Look at that Connell. How? The Multi just immediately reacts as it kicks that in. No, it was like a spectacular drizzle in a little bit, but whew, looks like we might just be going in at the break ahead. That puts us back into the 4th spot ahead of Queen's University. It's kind of the primary goal to finish ahead of Queen's, our big rivals. We've gotten an over against 3 times this season. We're still having 1 game against them ahead of us. And with how it's gone in the other games, quietly confident that we'll be able to get a win there as well. So Jordan Divan, for a player of his quality in possession, he has done about what we expect, 45% pass completion. Anything else we see which stands out? No, not really. It's been a fairly average performance all the way throughout. Good average performance, I'd say. I'm pleased with the number of shots taken so far. Keep it up, lads. We will drop back down to balance because that worked really well for us to begin the game with. And we'll also slow the pace of the distribution down, as that shouldn't hurt us either, since we're the leading team. And yeah, let's see how it goes in the second half. You can see the momentum bar swung heavily that way at that time when they scored the goal. Shouldn't have never let that happen, but hopefully we can turn it back our way here in the second half. As fast side falls with us in advanced position on the throw-in. Cheaply given away though. Rafferty is going to take it forward. They have a kind of a 2-2 here, but Rafferty delayed for a bit too long. Ferguson intercepts, Mori clears, Hannah on it, Tumulty to Rory. That's a good ball over the top for Yip, who gets there, slides it to Jakey Moore, and of course Jakey Moore will always score 20th goal of the season, and that's even though he was a starting striker when we came in. Hey Hassan, welcome back. Look at that, we're winning in the league, we've won in the cup, we're into the cup final, we're in a fight to get the promotion playoff spot in the league after we've qualified for the championship group at the end of the last stream. Look at what the league table is saying, 2 points behind that playoff relegation spot thing. Oh, and we're doing really, really well. Welcome back, how are you doing, Hassan? Matty Hanna is probably going to come off for Jack Owens, just because he's not been performing too well. But we might give him a couple more minutes to redeem himself. So we'll lower the tempo down and put a lot of time wasting on, because had a lot of games in quick succession recently, so slowing the game down and getting a couple of players to rest in possession, I'm sure will not hurt us. Hopefully, it don't press us too high, because I'm not sure how well the tired legs would be able to deal with that. As Matthew Hanna hasn't really done much to turn his performances around, so Jack Owens will come on for him for the moment. We might change that and bring him into for Tony Tumulty's spot eventually. For now, that is what we'll do. And since we're also fairly comfortable, we'll also take Nick Tarkington off. Bring Nathan Riddle into his position. Bring on support and wait forwards. Fall back on support. Very good. And another substitution will be bringing in Walker for Jack Graham, so he can get a bit of match experience before starting on the weekend. Because Jack Graham hasn't been doing well either. Ever since we've dropped him from the starting lineup after one poor performance, he hasn't quite found his feet again. And we'll also bring on McLaughlin here, Jack Owens out there. And we'll save the last substitution for a little bit later, confirm those changes. And it's finally going to be taking off Warrior and bringing on Cochrane. I don't think we can make more than 5 substitutions. No, we cannot. Now, this was a lot of changeover. I'm a little bit scared that it will lead to the team losing its... Sierpa almost scores from the header. Losing its structure. But 2 goals up, and they haven't created much all game long. I think there's a good opportunity to rest some legs and have players ready for the weekend again. Fantastic stuff. The team is playing fantastically well. It is, man. It is. I'm so happy with things have turned out this season. I thought it would be, I was really disappointed because we signed up for the job when they were in a relegations battle. Then when we waited for them to come back to us, they've won the 2 games with the interim manager, so the relegation, they were kind of quite clear of the relegations at that stage, so we thought it was going to be a bit of a damn squid. Not much going on, as Jack Owens should have scored there. He was caught offside anyways. And all of a sudden, we're in a promotion fight, we're in a cup final, and there's so much to play for. That's what I was scared of, that there's not going to be much to play for, but that has turned right around. As 3 games to go, 2 points behind the promotion playoff spot. Quite a few tough fixtures waiting for us still. We've got 2 away ties and only 1 home game left. I'll tell the boys, a win and a good performance. No, that was about a good, very, very well done today. That was an excellent win. That's what I'll say. I think that's a fair assessment of what happened out there today. As around the grounds, Queen's University and Bangor play at a 1-1 draw, which sees Queen's University stay 2 points behind us after Bangor equalised very late on, and Limerick beat Dollingston 2-1, which sees them push ahead into that 2nd spot on 40 points. Ideally, that would have been a draw, then the top team would have been on 39 points, but a win for Dollingston is still better than a Limavady win, or the other way around. Limavady win is still better than a Dollingston win. And let's criticize and praise the players for a good/bad performance. Hannah understands the criticism of him. I think everyone else did well enough. And we will be also praising Mr. Tumulty, of course, for a rare, fantastic performance. He's always decent, hardly ever stands out, but this time out, 1 assist, 1 goal, absolutely stood out, and I loved what I saw from him. And if no one supports me yet, then I'll man, so Bangor now mathematically secure at least the playoff spots to get promoted, or to have that promotion chance. So we're going to send our assistant to the press conference. But they haven't quite secured that the promotion spot mathematically yet. So only first gets promoted automatically. As Jake Moore obviously is going to get some praise from us. Pat the shoulder and praise his goal scoring. Bangor playoff bound. Very, very nice. So 3 days break, which is actually a lot at this stage. we will progress until the next day in the morning and then decide who we rest and who has to just power through like that. So, team for the weekend. What do we have? We have Limavady at home, Queen's University away, and then we have the tough task. Oh, we have 2 home games left actually. Very good, very good. But one of them is against Bangor, of course, top of the table team. Limavady. Kind of want to bring in Tom Hegan for a game or 2 of these, just to keep his match sharpness up for the cup. Like I'm just playing for the B team. I want to keep Jamie Massey out there. He's earned that spot. Jordan Diven has performed well this time out. However, I think Craig Bryant is still going to get brought in, even though his performances haven't been too inspiring of late. Jack Graham can go onto the bench, and Ben Mitchell and Matthew Levoka are going to build the defensive partnership for this weekend. Nathan Riddle will make way for Mark Whitford. William Morris should be good to play on the weekend, and then we have a week's rest anyways. Johnny Wilson can come back in for Matty Hanna. Tarkington and Yip have to stay out there, of course. And Tony Tamati also kind of has to stay out there. So, players who will get a game's rest are these boys. Training rest 1 day. Players who are not going to remain available for the resis is Taylor Walker. Available for reserves, no. And players who will make available for the reserves, it's gonna be him and him and him and him. And him. And these 2 will not be anymore. This is again the funnest part in this game. Reserves, squad. No, wait, let me go. How is this actually? Tactics. Does this work? It just doesn't work. Okay. Azavi is right back, so he can come in for Diven. Hegan can come in here. Mr. McLaughlin, Mr. Cochrane, Mr. Watts. So Owens will play AM, Cochrane will play here. Courtney will play a left back. Blackstock plays in left mid because why not? Actually, Laughlin will play here. Hunter can play left mid. And we're not gonna have anyone for the bench, will we? No, but that's all good. That's a good team to send out there for the B team. Let's progress. I know you don't want to know about the game, but I got them. This game is dominated by France. Well, thanks for the update. But again, I'd appreciate it if you keep the World Cup on-pitch performance talk away from the chat. Cup final is at the very end of the season, 9th of May, I do believe. Yes, 9th of May. It's a Tuesday, it's a bit weird. 10 days after the last game of the season, so I'll be transparent with you. We're not going to be able to get there tonight. Obviously, we'll play one more game tonight, and then the last 2 matches of the league season and that cup final will be done tomorrow, probably in the first stream we'll do of the day. However, from tomorrow on, I'm not going to do every World Cup game anymore because that's too much. I can't do 4 streams a day every day. I have to take care of other things as well, as our B team lose against Dundela Reserves. That's okay, so we're ahead of Queen's second team. It's a successful season in my books, and we are that for now. So the first stream tomorrow will hopefully be the 2 p.m. game slot, so the second game slot of the day. If you're in a different time zone, you can orientate yourself towards that, which is where we'll play all those 3 games. I'm guessing maybe just the league games if they are thrilling. It might take a bit longer. However, I need to do something for my mother tomorrow, so there is a chance that I will be missing that spot too, in which case it would be the 3rd game slot at 5 p.m. and then we'd only be doing that. So the plan is to do the 2 p.m. game slot, so the second game slot, and the 3rd one at 5 p.m. My time, like Central European time. And the evening game we're going to skip because I have an exam on Thursday. And anyone who's ever had an exam will know the night before you shouldn't plan anything because you're always going to be like last minute studying still. Okay, at home against Limavady, 2nd in the league. If we win here, there is a pretty good chance that we'll be jumping into that 2nd spot in the league. Because right now we're just leveled with 3rd on goal difference as well. We're just behind them on what I'm guessing is goals scored. Yes, they have scored 4 more goals than us. So, if we get a better goal difference win than them, even if they win, it would kind of secure us a 2nd spot in the league if we were to beat Limavady here this weekend. It would be insane. Hassan saying I wasn't expecting to stream every game of the World Cup as a playtime. Yeah, no, I wasn't either. I mean, it's like in general was the idea, but like only ever when I can afford to spend the time on it. So the idea will be like always 2 time slots. I will try to update the Twitch calendar. You can check there, or Twitch schedule whenever which 2 time slots it will be. And as soon as there will be the last group stage days and the knockout stage days, there are only 2 time slots where the games are played anyways. I think it's always 4 and 8 p.m. I will be streaming hopefully every time a match is going on. Ahead of a big match, we haven't praised training in a while. Let us do it. Let's do it. Give us that little bit morale boost, which could make all the difference. Bradley, yep. And also, let's see after that if maybe finally one of the players at least supports me, and maybe also Craig Watts will have stopped opposing me. That would be very nice. I've got a lot of good performance here this week. I'd love to see that. Let's click through real quick to the other ones, just to see if there's any major developments. As Cochrane is already considered a unconvincing defensive midfielder. That's good progress there. John McGill improves in aerial reach. William Rory continues to deteriorate as a player. Jack Owens is still awkward in an attacking midfield role. Do you know what? Let's try it. I'm very disappointed with the lack of development in a new position or passing runs. Okay, he takes that feedback on board. Hopefully, he'll improve in that position as well. As Rowan McLaughlin is working on his position as well. Okay, perfect. So dynamics, hierarchy. Okay, what stopped opposing me? Finally, but no one supports me yet. Still, I can't believe it. How can you not support me yet, really? We'll stream when you can and when you're available. Thank you very much for your understanding. Yes, I will do that. I won't force myself, because if I force myself, obviously I'm not enjoying it. Ooh, it's my birthday. Look at my profile. I am turning 25 today, born in Vienna. That's me. That's my actual name. Reputation 5%, still not growing there. Still dropping in terms of media handling, and our attributes also not changed. We haven't really changed in terms of our manager profile since we joined this club, even though it's been the longest time we've ever been in management. It's been about twice as long in terms of the time frame, and almost as well in terms of the matches we played as our stint in Sweden has been. Do we not just get a training weekend review? Or is that the one I already reacted to? Yeah. Anyways, Limavady match. Let's go save the game at this point. And then we'll jump into the last match of the stream and of the day. It's a long stream day. 4 streams, 2 hours each stream. Round about that. But I've enjoyed the moment, to be honest. It's been a very good day. I was scared that, doing something like that would be a bit too exhausting and not enjoyable. But actually, I've had a great time. But it's probably also been partly to do with the team having such a successful run and being so excited what's going to happen next. As in terms of the team selection, I think we'll stick with what we initially set out for this match, which is a bit of a makeshift central defense in Lavolka and Mitchell. Craig Byers coming back in, Whitford down that left-hand side, which is something I'm not a huge fan of, so actually let's bring Riddle back in. As he's looking okay as well, in terms of match sharpness and everything. Warrior is ready to play again. All these players are on a heavy match load, but either irreplaceable because we don't have any backups in that player in a position or in such good form, but we don't want to rotate them out. So yeah, let's not force it. Let's just jump into the game, I'd say. Submit the team. Taylor Walker's lacking match sharpness. He'll be fine, right? Minor changes to the distribution and the pressing system we'll have to make, considering we have a different back line. If you carry a performance from the last match into this one, you'll do well. Let's skip through and make those changes. So we want to not distribute to him. We'll try and distribute to Mr. Riddle instead, as we used to. And we'll stop preventing short goalkeeper distribution because we don't have that aerial presence in the center of defense, which is why we normally do it, because then they have to play the ball long. We win the header and then hopefully gain possession from them. But with our center defense as it is, it's probably not a good idea to go for that. First 13 minutes haven't really yielded any results. You intend to stream at least once tomorrow, right? Yes. So I'll definitely be streaming in the 5 p.m. at like the third game slot, which Central European time is 5 to 7 p.m. And I'm hoping that I'll also be able to stream on the second game slot from 2 to 4 p.m. That's the plan for tomorrow. As Jake Moore's in! Ooh, fast highlight falling to us. That would have been very nice. Let's switch it up to positive. I like a positive approach. Jake Moore apparently is a 6.4 for getting into position for that shot because he hasn't been able to score it. It's a bit harsh. As Queen's University went ahead against Donington, but immediately the equalizer was scored. Jake Moore on the ball down the right here, loses out on it. And that goalkeeper will look to build. That's a very calmly composed pass out to the right hand side. They're looking to play it calmly around us. Turkington can't keep a hold of it. Ballman over the top to Dunlop. Oh, they're playing wonderful football here. Fair play to them. It was a good passing approach. Not sure if the change to positive has helped us at all. Doesn't seem to have really hurt us, so stick with it, I guess. Donington, as things stand, would go ahead of Limavady. Is that true? Put Limavady ahead of the table. I'm confused now. Doesn't matter. As long as we win this game, we should. Very likely to at least go into that second spot and that promotion player spot. The main thing is right now, after the fixture contest, which just means we'll not lose it, I guess. As all the players seem to be doing pretty well. Nate Whittle is doing alright as well. Bradley, we just feel that our wingers have had too much football in their legs recently. Jake Moore's been doing terribly, I guess. Proud of everyone's efforts so far. Keep going and we can win this. Not the most inspired team talk, I guess. Start the second half as overall has not looked too bad, so I don't think we'll need to change anything major. Just see what happens. First highlight force already in the 3rd minute of the 2nd half with them from a goal kick. And again, we've seen them play very lovely football at some stage, so you never know if they can't build something from the back here, but we do win it back. Let's see if we can build something from the back. No, we go for the long ball, but so long as it comes off, I don't mind how we get through them. So Pomeroy is in here. That's so cheap that we've given it up for him. Lavolka pushing up for it and then just caught out of position. Luckily, it went well and we didn't concede from it. Lavolka seems to be having a very good game in terms of match rating. We'd like to see that. Bryas on the throw-in. That's Tumulty. Bryas with a cross deep into towards Tarkington, but Wells is able to collect it. Toland plays it forward. Left back out of position now. Gets back into it though, but Brown can beat him for pace all day long. Brown hits the byline. Lassie holds on to that one. Big. So Nathan Riddler's getting beaten for pace down the outside, so we've got to take him off. Actually, we'll take him off, We'll take off Tarkington and play Nathan Riddle as that winger on support. Bring on Mark Whitford. But that again leaves us in a position where as we have to think about who do we distribute the ball to. If no one in our defense is really capable on the ball. Just Wilson's doing very well in that last playmaker role right now. I think we're playing Warriors, a deep line playmaker on defend. I know he's not perfectly suited for the position, but this way we can distribute the ball to the playmaker and roll it out, and he should drop in here and pick up the ball. I think it's the best thing to do. Then we don't always give up possession from when our goalkeeper has it. Jack Owens is motivated to take it from Tony Tumulty. I think we'll give him the opportunity as well. But now, not really a change I want. There's not really a change I want to make. Confirm those changes. There's some encouragement out there. Boys really like listening to me nowadays. They're reacting very well to all my shouts. I'd love to see that. So we're approaching the business end of this game. I don't know if it's my headphone or if the okay, I think we're back now. Okay, good. Better to have the cable in, I guess. Lavolka seems to be tiring, though he had a good performance, so I think we'll bring on Jack Graham for him before that leads to an error. And bring on McLaughlin in for yep. You know what, let's just go mad with the changes. We'll bring on McLaughlin for Yip. You can play that role. Whilst Johnny Wilson plays the Mazzala on attack, just dropping into those winger spots. And I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but it'll be interesting at the very least. And Bradley Yip, just need to make sure that these players don't get injured, really. Bit of an interesting approach, but two playmakers on the pitch, maybe can make something happen. As I don't know why our Italian centre back has just run away from that distinctly. For another encouragement out there. Oh, corner though, Brennan swinging it in before he heads clear initially. Goes to Toland, back out to Brennan. Don't foul him. To Pomeroy. Oh, I thought that trickled past the goalkeeper. That would have been a really disappointing goal to concede. As it looks like they're putting on the pressure towards the latter stages. Graham heads clear from the corner initially again. Bowman shoots. Oh, I stick the top, the roof of the net. Looking to push for it towards the end of the match. Maybe at least space him behind. I don't know. But we haven't created anything of late. Our throw in though. Whitford finds Riddle. Riddle normally good in possession, but 3 men around him. Very nicely done. Mitchell finds Watts. Watts fresh on off the bench. Come on, prove me wrong. Oh! Straight at the keeper. He's done well to get into that position. And he didn't have that much work left to do. He did all the hard work. He should have just slotted it past him, but instead of going into that corner where he opened the angle up, he just went straight at him. Tried to be too acute with it, and then instead of cutting it, just hitting it centrally. Again, 0-0 draw against this team following the fixture congestion we've just been through. It's good. We should have scored that goal at the end, that opportunity at the end, but that is one hell of a good result. I have to sympathize with all of them. It was just one of those days. Could have done more, but it was a good result overall. Needs to get his composure. Yeah, Chris Watts has been very, very disappointing all throughout the season. And that sees us within 2 points of that second and third spot. Dollingston overtake Limavardi as they beat Queen's University 2-1. That sees us stay 3 points clear of Queen's University ahead of facing them next. And yeah, within striking distance of that second and third spot, particularly the second spot. But of course, that means it's not within our hands anymore. We're not playing Dollingston again. They need to drop points at least once for us to overtake them. We've got an away tie against Queen's University, which I fancy us in, because we've won all the games we've brought far against them this season, which have been 3. That home tie against Bangor, the good thing about that is that Bangor will have already or have just secured that title, so maybe they'll not be too invested in it. Could be a long ride for us. So I just brought a request to the boys, the same request they had in Vänersborg in Sweden when we were looking to survive the drop. This time we're looking to get promoted. The one request I have, please lads, let's just take it to the final day. Let's give ourselves even just a mathematical chance at the final day. Let's get a good result against Queen's University in the first match of tomorrow's streams, and then we can go from there. Bradley Yip really dropped off lately. Guess we'll criticize him. I've heard it so much recently. I'm scared that he'll get annoyed at it eventually, and hopefully that playoff chance. Yeah, I mean that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic, and with the run that we have been on overall since we've come in, I wouldn't put it past us to win that playoff match. I didn't even see what he did wrong, what he performed badly in. But with the team we have overall, I would be very much surprised if we do as well. Portsmouth press conference will send our assistant. Bangor crowned champions. There you go. It is confirmed. Play of the week. Okay, very interesting. Let's have a look at the competition. So this is the league table. We just discussed it to death. Let's see what fixtures are coming up. We have Queen's University away, as we mentioned. Bangor are hosting Dollingston. Again, Bangor don't have anything to play for anymore, so there's no guarantees they'll be making it hard for Dollingston. And Limavardi away against Tubbermore. Tubbermore could throw a spanner in the works, even though they're not involved anymore. Again, our competitors seem to have the easier ties. All of us are away from home, of the people still challenging for that second spot. However, yeah, even though being away from home, they have the teams who don't really have anything to play for anymore. Whereas we're facing Queen's University, who play for a lot of pride against us in the rivalry match. We still have a mathematical chance to get that second spot. And then we're facing Bangor, of course, at home, last day of the season. Could be a good opportunity to cause an upset. Limavardi hosting Queen's University and Dollingston Tumble. So they're both at home in the last match day as well. Yeah, we have definitely the toughest fixtures left for us. But we've got a week's rest in front of both of them. Can put our best team out there and give us the best possible opportunity. Who knows what will happen? We've come from the depths to be in this position, has to be said. But for now, I thank you all for joining me throughout the day. I wish you a very nice rest of the evening. We're stuck with one viewer at the end of the stream again, so we're not going to raid anyone. With one viewer, I'll leave the choice to you as to where you want to go next. How does the playoff even work? I think we're just playing direct playoff match against the team who finished second from bottom in the second tier. And the last question was, I'm guessing you play the second bottom team in the division. Oh yeah, as I just said. Let's have a quick look actually. Who that is? Love 41 Championship. It's currently Newington. It could end up being Knock Breda if they're still playing, which I think they are. So yeah, I don't know too much about either of these teams, both semi-professional clubs. We'll see how it goes. But for now, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. And Gabby05, Stewie, not sure what that means. Thank you for popping by. We're just finishing the stream. I hope I see you around tomorrow. Have a good evening.